This is the Tech Edition Podcast, episode 121, That Fat Boy.
21 Jump Street!
Hello. Hello, welcome to this week's episode of the Tech Edition Podcast. My name is Sergio, I'm the host.
James?
Hi everyone, I'm Clarence.
Hey guys, this is a video podcast. It worked last week. There's a video podcast live on the site. Congratulations, Clarence. Good job.
Oh yeah, it was a miracle. Trust me. Finally get the work out the what we tried like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, we tried a couple of times, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, this week we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We've been watching a lot of stuff. And wow, we really filled out that news docket really quick because it was empty like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, yes it was.
All right, James, jump into some Wolverine news.
All right, so all the major fans of the last Wolverine, X-Men Origins Wolverine movie that came out,
There's none
rejoice.
Those
You mean all 2 of them?
So those people don't exist.
Well, I enjoyed the movie for what it was. I wasn't expecting it to be spectacular. It was popcorn. Hey, it was fun. Anyway, they're going to get a chance to redeem themselves with The Wolverine, a sequel to it that's coming out on the 26th of July with just a director and Hugh Jackman attached to it at the moment.
Of 2013, not this year.
Yes.
Okay.
2013. Sorry. 26th of July, 2013. And pretty much it will have... its actual story tagline is Wolverine travels to Japan to train with a samurai warrior.
Now, I know that they pulled this from the comics, and this is something that happened. You know, it's like canon, but it's really campy. Like we don't know what else to do with Wolverine. Let's send him to Japan.
Well, you should see the poster. I mean, at first I was just like, is that a balloon that he's cutting through? Because
it's the red poster already.
They have a teaser poster. It's the Chinese, Japan, the Japanese red sun without the ray beams and the claws ripping through it.
I mean, I think it'd be cool if they do it in the vein of, what is the Last Samurai, Tom Cruise? I think it'd be okay. Something like that with mutants in it.
Well, I mean, pretty much be rest assured we'll see the Silver Samurai pop up, but...
Yeah, clearly.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we got another really good Marvel movie about to come out that we're really looking forward to. So this one kind of sliding through the radar at the moment. But I came across and was like, hey, let me get the word out to people so that way they can go ahead and start their boycotts because they will.
Yeah, speaking of boycotts and movies, this Michael Bay movie, produced by Michael Bay, I guess. Michael Bay's team. The new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles may not be called Teenage Mutant.
Then they're not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So
okay.
We briefly talked on the last week about the whole premise of it changing from to aliens, but now Michael Bay has come out and said that they are officially going to drop Teenage Mutant from the title.
Yeah. Let me take the lead on this for a second.
Rant.
I have no problem with them dropping the name. If they're just dropping the name, then fine. You know, it's easier to say Ninja Turtles. When I Google Ninja Turtles, I Google Ninja Turtles. I don't Google Teenage Mutant Ninja. It's too many words. A news article came out today saying and it's really funny that Michael Bay even has to defend himself when talking about this movie, but basically it just says, Michael Bay says, calm down again. We're just removing the name because Paramount thinks that it's just easier. It's simpler. It fits the market better. So he was all like, there's still going to be teenagers. You guys need to quit freaking out. Just his reaction and then the fans' reaction and then his reaction again to all of this has been hilarious.
It's so funny. I mean, people are coming out and complaining that Michael Bay is ruining their childhood. So,
well, he's already done it once.
Yeah, I mean...
I like the Transformers movies. I'm sorry.
Horrible. I mean, well, the
I'm
first
on the
one,
side of the fence on that one.
just the novelty of seeing the Transformers on the screen is what made the first one so great, in my opinion. But after that, it kind of just.
I don't know. For the third one, story-wise, it was really well done. For the intricacies in the story. I mean, the plot twist that they had, there was actual character development going on. It worked.
I enjoyed the third one. The second one was pretty ludicrous, just across the board.
I enjoyed the second half of the first one. The first half was pretty boring and slow, and yeah.
No, second half of the third one. Yeah. The climax in the third one was great.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
But I find it really funny that Michael Bay has gotten such a bad reputation with making old franchises that everyone's like, oh no.
But the good thing about it is, you know that he'll make it a blockbuster. You can count on that.
And that I'm looking forward to. Like,
well, see, that's a. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm willing to put money down that at some point a building blows up.
Well, I mean, that's one thing you can give Michael Bay. He's not going to give you these intellectually deep ass story. No. He is a popcorn movie making man. So you know when you go watch something he's making, it's popcorn, which is what used to be drove movie prices. So I mean, sold movie tickets and stuff back in the day was popcorn. Think The Goonies, RoboCop, Predator, popcorn. You know, popcorn. It's summer. Popcorn.
It's not summer though. It's coming out Christmas. So I'm just hoping that his. I'm just glad he's not directing it. You know, he's saying, "Here's some money. Go make a Ninja Turtle movie."
I'm going to call it right now. We're going to see the little montage you see in all the Michael Bay films where they like pan the camera across everybody and they like raise up in slow motion. You're going to see it with the Turtles. I'm telling you. I'm calling it.
Haven't we seen that in all the other Ninja Turtles movies so far? I mean, that's been like a staple of any.
I don't know. Michael Bay just does it in a different way. Just like he does it in like all the Bad Boy movies too. He just has a little.
Like, this is really the only chance of there being a Technodrome in a Turtles movie.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, just to think of Michael Bay producing a Technodrome coming out from underneath New York City.
I'm telling you right now,
if anybody could do it, Michael Bay could do that.
Yeah.
Nerds across America will crap in their pants if Technodrome's in this movie. I'm telling you.
All right, let's move on, fellas. Well, I just want to jump back to Marvel real quick. Speaking of Marvel movies that come out in 2013, Iron Man 3.
Yes.
They're casting for Iron Man 3, but we're not going to talk about that. Let's move on. Whiskey Media. I don't know if you guys who know who Whiskey Media is,
no.
But it was created about 5 years ago, and it housed one of like an up-and-coming video game website called Giant Bomb. I'm always talking about Giant Bomb, so you're probably familiar with it. And where Giant Bomb came from was Gerstmann Gate. Clarence, do you remember Gerstmann Gate?
I don't remember at the time, but I've heard so much about it. It's like I was there. So
yeah, it was in 2008. Jeff Gerstmann got fired from GameSpot
because of a review that he gave a bad review, right?
That was the rumor. Like no one really knew why he had gotten fired because of non-disclosure agreements. But he got fired. All of his friends left with him. They went and created Giant Bomb. All right, it got rolled into Whiskey Media, and for 5 years they've been growing, been huge. Probably they have the most popular video game podcast on the internet. Well, about a week or so ago, they announced that Giant Bomb and one of the other websites, Comic Vine, have been bought by CBS Interactive. And do you know who CBS Interactive owns?
GameSpot?
That is correct, GameSpot.
So that means Giant Bomb's about to go...
No, they got bought knowing that, all that other stuff went down, but they're like, we like your website, we hate that we fired you before, please,
this is weird.
Take some of our money, make your website better. We're sorry. And so that whole team that left GameSpot is now back under the same umbrella, getting the same money in the same offices as they were 5 years ago.
Yeah, I listened to the Giant Bomb cast too, and it was just funny hearing them talk about how they're going back to the same place, and seeing a bunch of the same stuff they once saw. What 5 years ago? It's just pretty strange. Like talking about their passwords and stuff to get into different accounts and stuff were the same, and this is weird.
Yeah, Vinny Caravella's extension is the same as it was when he was there before. So he had like voicemails from 5 years ago that were waiting on him.
It's like when you leave, we don't roll over your stuff. It waits for you.
Oh yeah, you'll be back.
And was John, a quick question, was Giant Bomb, was it already an existing website in any capacity, or did they start it from the ground up?
Started from the ground up.
Wow, that's a testament. Of course, they were able to carry over a lot of the contacts and stuff they had from their previous job, which kind of helped them get off the ground. But, I mean, 5 years, that's not bad. Which the internet time is a long time if you think about it.
Yeah. But the other half of Whiskey Media, like Tested.com, Screen.com, got bought by Berman Braun, I think is who it is. And the significance behind that is they're working directly with the Mythbusters guys. Like,
that is weird.
Yeah, they like renamed the website to something. Who are the two Mythbusters guys? What are their names?
I cannot remember their names. Adam and
Jamie.
Yeah, Adam and Jamie. It's Adam and Jamie's Tested.com.
What?
And so the two dudes who were running that site now work with those guys every day. It's just crazy how Whiskey Media just blew up and then broke apart, and now they're huge.
Yeah,
awesome.
it's. I wonder how they're going to do it because all the Giant Bomb content is on the. I don't know if they have their own CMS system for the content management, but if you go to their website, it says Whiskey Media Management, the whole database and all this stuff. So I'm wondering how they're going to fold that into the whole GameSpot thing, or is it going to remain totally separate?
Well, the site is going to remain separate.
Okay.
I'm sure they're going to migrate the servers and all the data, but it will remain its own entity. So
cool
congratulations to those guys. I'm sure they're making much more money now.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of much more money, let me see your nod your head.
Yeah. Oh man, this is deplorable.
So you guys saw Men in Blacks 1 and 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1 was great, 2 was okay. Pretty good movies for the time.
Yeah. Well, but what was one consistent thing between the two movies?
You get the Will Smith staple of the often deemed cheesy by hardcore people, but great for moviegoers song that goes along with the movie.
Yes. We got the classic catchy Will Smith theme song.
Yeah.
And
those are my
we didn't for Hancock.
Well, that's true, but wow. Don't try to deflate my argument, man. This is Men in Black 3, dude.
Yeah.
He hasn't rapped in a long time. This would have been the perfect opportunity for him to grab a mic and be like, I can still do this.
Yeah, which is it's going to just seem weird seeing someone else do the theme song / video for an upcoming release like this. Which I'm curious if he's the one that declined to do it, or did the management team, maybe we should get someone else to do it. It's highly popular right now, So I don't know.
It had to have been him. Like, if he wanted to do it, he would have done it. He's Will Smith.
Yeah, true.
Well, he did have the divorce going through about the time that all this stuff was really going on. So he just may not have had the time.
What? He's not divorced.
But he's got the split, doesn't he? I mean, they are getting divorced.
I think they had some disagreements, but I don't think they're divorced.
No.
No, I have to research that then.
Like this could have been a great opportunity for him and Willow to do like a duet or something.
Oh man.
If they want to put some young blood in there, whatever. Just Pitbull. Could they have picked a less talented person?
Well, this shows how talented Pitbull is. I have no hell idea of who you're talking about.
Here's every Pitbull song.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
That's it.
Oh,
Every
like any
Pitbull
Little
song.
John song. It's hey,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
what?
Uh,
But Will has another movie coming up that's directed by Night Shyamalan. It's him and his son in it. So I could see him doing the song for that also. So I don't know. Maybe he's just tired of music.
I just want to know how M. Night Shyamalan was able to pull Will Smith. Like, the only thing Shyamalan has proven is that he can destroy a movie.
Oh man, sorry Avatar fans.
Well, talking about destroying a story, you've got something there, don't you?
Very, very good transition. Mass Effect 3. So, Mass Effect 3
like that.
came out like what, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, something like that. And very shortly after its release, the fans just kind of went apeshit. Like, apparently they aren't very happy with the ending of that game. And as Clarence, as someone who's played both 1 and 2, what in this series you do make a lot of choices. How do you think those choices should be implemented in the finale of the third game?
Well, I mean, I think the main problem with the whole ending is that people were saying a lot of the choices that you made throughout the course of the first 2 games, which is the main hook, supposedly, of Mass Effect, like these choices really didn't matter in the end. And I mean, I guess with a story like this, you have to bring it back together by the end of the series, and there's only so many ways you can go. So, from my understanding, the endings that you were given all were pretty much short-sighted and lame, for lack of better words, and people didn't get the closure that they wanted from the series. I don't want to give a real spoiler, but yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. That seems to be the main complaint, is that they've been working 3 games, through this, and they expect the choices that they make to be implemented, and they just apparently haven't been. And a lot of stuff has come from it. There's a lawsuit. Somebody's trying to sue BioWare,
Which is just dumb. Come on.
Yeah, it's really, really dumb. Also, there was a I don't even know how to explain this. There's a charity fund that was started by people who wanted Mass Effect 3's ending to be changed.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all of the charity money was going to Child's Play, which is awesome, because Child's Play is it's Penny Arcade's charity. But Penny Arcade was like, don't do that. They're like, we love that you're giving us money, and it's great for our cause, but you can't be giving us money because you're mad at someone else. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny because people are saying, people are still saying it's a great game, but like you said, the ending, and then I know they also had problems of important characters from the previous games, where the characters weren't imported correctly, and all type of problems with that. So I don't know. I mean, you can't please everybody. I think that's the main issue, and change the ending to please the fans. It's your story. Do with it what you want to it, but you can't really cater to everybody. Someone's always going to be unhappy.
Well, I mean, look at the writer and creator for Sherlock Holmes. After he killed Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty, I forget the name of the book, but when they fell off the waterfall, that dude was getting death threats and everything else. He brought him back. I mean, and this was in the 1880s.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. Like, they're going to do some DLC to address certain aspects of the ending. They better not change this game. Like, the core, this is what happens to Shepard at the end of it. They better not change it, because it sets a dangerous precedent.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a touchy subject, man, because like you said, people are so hardcore about these games, and to change an ending is just, it's your work. Do what you will with it, but you can't cater to everyone. It's just impossible. No matter what they did, somebody wouldn't have liked it.
Right. In this case, nobody liked it, but like still, they better not change this game because gaming is a medium where changing something is just a patch away, which we don't need that happening.
But to the same point, like James just said with the Sherlock Holmes books, you do have movies which come out with alternate endings and stuff. You know, they're not really canon endings or whatever, but you know, DVDs have extended cuts where you can have an alternate view of what the ending could be. So it could be something in that vein.
And that would be fine because you're not changing what, like you're not George Lucasing it.
Hey, people are saying they hope he just wakes up and it was all a dream. The previous ending or the current ending, I would say.
Well, from what I understand, it was just the fact that you either had the honorable or the asshole route to take, and you didn't really have an honorable or asshole ending.
Yeah.
When I play Mass Effect 3, like I hope that's what my Renegade and Paragon ratings are: honorable and asshole.
Listen, I don't know what they are.
That should definitely be a
patch. I've never played Mass Effect, so I was just like, I didn't want to say good or bad, so it's like, well, there's honorable or asshole. From everything I've ever heard anybody talk about in the choices and stuff, you do something that's honorable, you just do something where you're an asshole. So it's like honorable or asshole. There we go.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, so today Comcast, in conjunction with Xbox, finally released their app for the Xbox 360, the Infinity app. Along with it, we got an HBO
Xfinity app.
Xfinity?
Xfinity.
Oh, and you would know, wouldn't you?
Xfinity.
Along with that, we got the HBO Go app and the MLB TV app.
What's MLB?
It's the same app. It's the same thing that's been on PS3 for some time.
Yeah, Major League Baseball, man.
Yeah. Okay, because I don't deal with that stuff, so I don't know.
Hey, they have Major League Baseball in Canada. It's called the Blue Jays, man.
I don't deal with baseball.
NBA too.
If I'm not actually playing the sport, I don't care. I don't watch any sports. I don't know none of those guys dudes playing. I don't care. I got nobody to root for. They're sitting on the couch with me.
So just a little more information about this. When I got home today, I actually downloaded the app. Seems like the servers may have been getting hammered because it took me a while to actually get the app verified. Things I don't like about the app is they show you everything, and this is kind of a problem I have with a cable TV set-top box. They show you everything, which I guess is a good way of advertising for you to buy a bigger cable package. But you see these cool shows on there, and once you click on them, it gives you this message that said, you're not subscribed to these channels. So that's a bit of a downer. I wish they would kind of filter that down. But that being said, they're pretty much any channel that you're subscribed to, which in my case is just a basic package, 12 channels or whatever, you can actually stream that stuff online, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I gotta admit, it doesn't matter what the service is. They need to have it to where you just can see what you subscribe to. I mean, if you can take your media on your computer and set it down that specific, you should be able to do it in a freaking box.
Yeah,
I mean, you're paying money for it.
Yeah, that's the same problem I have with like the Comcast set-top box. They show you every channel. There's no way. There may be with the new software, which I haven't had the set-top box in a while.
Nope.
But they show you everything. There's no way to just whittle it down to what you have.
Oh, well, this like up here. It shows you everything, and I mean they have regular English channels, and then they have for every English channel there's a French version. So
so that means there's like four channels. There's American standard definition, American high definition, French standard definition, French high definition.
And they got a little more channels than that.
Wow.
Two more. They have some Spanish.
So those of you that
they've been getting some overflow from us, so they got some Spanish.
they just keep going north.
We're gonna keep going
so those of you that are Comcast subscribers can now also enjoy your Comcast service on your Xbox. So enjoy that. What's next? What are we talking about next?
Well, the U.S. military has expressed interest in used game consoles.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the U.S. military wants to hack foreign game consoles and steal users' information.
Wait, what?
Double take.
Yep.
Wait,
The-
huh? So are they like hacking into foreign people's stuff, or are they?
Well, they're
using-
not yet. They're not yet. Here's the official. The Department of the Navy is looking very closely at used video game consoles. Only they don't want to play them. They want to crack them open and steal all the information on overseas users that they can get their hands on.
I mean, in the case of them getting it from a supposed terrorist or something, I could see them doing this. But on a large scale, what's the point?
So what you're saying is, if I game a lot online and I play with a bunch of dudes in, let's say, Afghanistan who love SOCOM, and the government finds this out, they're like, oh, we're going to wait for this guy to trade in his console so we can see who he's been playing with and hack that guy?
Okay, well, here's the thing. They have contracted a company called Obscure Technologies,
That
and
is obscure.
they've gone overseas with the sole concept, with the sole purpose of buying a butt ton of used game consoles.
In
So
that
that way
country?
they can obtain as much, whatever overseas country they're going to, because they're
Oh,
not allowed to target U.S. citizens.
Okay, see, that's what I was talking about. Like, you never specified that.
Sorry.
Okay, now it makes more sense. Now I understand, and I kind of agree. So good.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see them doing it in a terror targeted region. You know, maybe finding a specific region to do this to try to find some information. It kind of makes sense.
Every place is a terror targeted region now, buddy. You didn't realize that?
Oh gosh, come on, America.
America, England, France, Germany, Prague,
what
they're
are
all
they
getting
looking-
hit.
What are they like hoping to find?
I honestly don't know. It's all under what it is. They just said significant and sensitive information, and that's basically all the tagline is.
So they're predicting that terrorists get together and play games before they go terrorize people.
I mean,
Well, they did find that there was a certain group that was using WoW as a terrorist recruitment platform 5 years ago.
weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I was thinking of it more in a different sense, more of tracking the user and then finding his credit card information that may be retained on the console and tracking the credit card to see what type of purchases they've done or something like that. You know.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, it
That's
could be
a good
used as a way to track the money, because then you could track the money to the base source, because more than likely that guy doesn't have his card or one that he's used his own money to get.
Yeah, if you can see what type of stuff they're buying outside of the game community, you can say that you can increase your chances of this person being a terrorist or not by what they've been purchasing. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't see this as being a big deal because, as I said, what are they really going to find that's that, red flaggy? But whatever. As long as it's not Americans.
No,
get
not a lot on American soil.
If we occupy the
American citizens.
countries, I don't see this being as a big deal. It's like the least of their worries.
All right. Well, guys, that does it for news. Let's jump over to what we're watching. James, you're watching Avatar?
Avatar.
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 Avavati. Korra?
Legend of Korra.
Oh.
What the hell's happened to Sergio? Would you stop whatever it is you're chewing on? I mean, damn, dude. No, Avatar: The Legend of Korra, which is Nickelodeon's sequel to Avatar: The Last Airbender, that I broke a story on a few months ago. Well, the first 2 episodes have hit. I've watched them, and they're actually really good. It's definitely a different setting than what we're used to.
I've heard some more people talk about it, and they said it's a little more geared toward the grown-ups than the last Avatar.
Well, because the people who watched Avatar are turning into grown-ups.
That's true too.
Well, the themes in it are so far for these 2 episodes are a little bit more, but it still kept a lot of the humor in a very smart way that the first Avatar series did. So it's got a lot of promise to it. And Korra is about as different of an Avatar as from Aang as you can get. So it's very interesting to see how it's going to play out for her.
And if they had any flashbacks so far to Aang or the older...
Nope. No, none at all. So far, the only
references?
thing... Well, you see Katara in the very first episode. She's still alive, but everybody else is gone. So
Old as dirt,
Sokka...
huh?
Yeah, so Sokka, Toph, Zuko, they're all dead.
Oh, that's a bummer. Like, hey, watch our new show. You remember all those people that you grew to love? They're dead.
Well, I mean, it's 70 years later, so...
Hey, turtles are aliens. What more can go wrong?
Oh. Well,
but luckily with this, it's the exact same people that did the first one, so it's the same writers and everything. So you've got the people that know what they're doing coming back.
Well, that's good.
So that's always a plus.
And if this is good, this bodes well for the Nickelodeon Turtle show to be good. So,
Oh yeah.
cross his fingers.
Yeah. Let me briefly touch on that. Have you seen some of the figures that have leaked out from the new Turtles?
Yes, I have.
No.
It seems like they're going a bit more kiddie with this iteration.
I would say more modern.
I don't know.
Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be a what's it called, a CG show. So
Oh, okay.
they're going to be able to actually render action figures that are much closer to what you're seeing on TV, because what is on TV is 3D. So,
Gotcha.
a lot of fans have come out and said some things about some of the changes they've done, but I don't care. As long as it's good, they can change whatever they want.
You're there to the end, man.
Just don't make them aliens. That's it. All right. What else are you watching, James?
I came across a series from licensed and released by Funimation called Gata H Kei, which had the added tag here in the States of Yamada's First Time. It's a very interesting little anime. It's really as naughty as the actual premise of the show is. It's very clean because it follows the adventures of this girl who's just started high school, and her goal, her dream, is to have sex with 100 dudes in high school. But
So this isn't on Nickelodeon, right?
no. But the thing is, though, she's a virgin her own self. And I gotta be quite honest, the writing I found was amazing. As far as story, like because she picks this one guy that's he's a virgin as well. He's very average, like he's average looking, everything else. Because the way she is, she's like the picture perfect Japanese girl. Like she is their model of physical perfection. So she picks him because she's like, okay, I won't be as nervous. But for any of us that remembers those first times of like trying to figure out, should I kiss her? The stuff going through your brain, they do a really good job of having both like inside her head and his head of what they're into and interplay. So it's, as far as like, if you want something to watch with your girlfriend, get this, okay? Honestly, if you want something to watch with your girlfriend or your wife, your fiance, something that you can both sit and cuddle and watch and enjoy and still laugh your butt off, watch this. Gata H Kei.
Yeah, man, it's kind of fun that you say that it's relatable to you because just reading this premise alone sounds like one of those things from most Japanese animes that are kind of lost in translation, But worth checking out. I guess.
Well, that's the thing though. When I first saw the previews for this, I was like, "What the hell?" I had to watch just to see how dirty it was going to be because, well, yeah, I'm a pervert. But the thing is, like, there is no nudity in this until like the very last episode, and it's like a brief scene.
Well, then I'm out.
there is honestly, there's no nudity through this whole thing. It's just for the what it's about. It is really clean, which is surprising. So it was much a shock, but the story, the comedy in it was just top notch. I was really blown away by how good the story was. So,
Well, cool.
but like I said, we don't, when we talk about this stuff, we don't really ever talk about what you could take your girlfriend or your wife to see. If you're into anime and them not really. This is something the two of you both could sit and watch, relate to, and have fun with.
Oh, bumps.
So I'm trying to help anime fans. Trying to help you.
Well, awesome. But Bump said, and here's the spike. You know what else you can take your girlfriend or wife to see? Huh? The Hunger Games.
You know what? My wife, other than what the hell it's about, hasn't really expressed a whole lot of interest in seeing this.
You know what?
Much.
I'm not even sure I know what it's about. The title.
Post-apocalyptic gladiator. I mean,
that's all I know. That's all I know.
So let me throw some knowledge.
Okay, spit that game, man.
Okay, so the Hunger Games is about this society in the near future where all of the, I'm going to say, underclass people have been divided into 12 different districts. In these districts, they perform menial tasks to sustain the life. Like, one district will be farmers, one district will be miners, and they're all kept in line by a strict dictatorship at the capital. In the capital, like all the rich people. Every year, they have this festival called the Hunger Games, in an attempt to show how much power they have over the underlings. So they pull two youths from each of the districts, and they put them into this competition that is 24 people in the woods. They fight to the death, and there's one winner.
So is it more like a slave thing when you say underlings?
It's more.
It's a more rigid class system.
Very rigid class system in that, and they don't really go deep into the backstory in the movie because they just don't have time. But from what I gather in the movie, because I didn't read the book, is that the more food you take, the more times your name is put into the pot to be drawn out at random to participate in the Hunger Games.
So you can have more than one team in the Hunger Games, or is that what you're saying?
No. It's all. There is no teams. It's everyone for themselves. All 24 people are trying to kill all 23 of the other people. But in society, if you take more rations than, say, the person next to you, you're more likely to be pulled for the Hunger Games.
Oh, that's deep, yo.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like a commentary on socialism, and the movie doesn't get into the politics of it. It's just really, really good.
So it's limited to teens, correct? Or
wait, what? No. There's what, teens?
The lottery is down to teens. This age group.
I don't think they ever stated what the age group was. I gathered youth, youngins, because kids as young as 8 were being drafted. Yeah, it was.
So I'm guessing there's no fat people in this society.
No. And if there are fat people, they get pulled for the Hunger Games and get killed immediately.
Yeah, they've been dead.
Yeah, but surprisingly enough, for a book that is aimed at tweens and teenage girls, it turns out to be a really dude-friendly movie. It helps that there's a lot of killing, a lot of people dying. Yeah. And despite it having a female protagonist, I could really get into the main character. I believed it. I don't know where they're going to go from here. Of course, I've read the books. I'm sure there are a lot of people who do know where they're going from there, but it had a really good ending, had a really, really good cast. Woody Harrelson was great in it. But if you liked Harry Potter, watch The Hunger Games. because it has a very similar feel to it.
Cool.
Just without the wand waving.
Yes, without yeah. Instead, there's like bows and arrows and swords and like poison berries.
As long as they don't talk with a British accent.
Oh yeah, they don't. No, it's nice.
So should we jump on to the next movie?
Yes, jump. Oh,
How about jumping?
So I also saw 21 Jump Street, and that movie is hilarious.
So 21 Jump Street is in what, early 80s cop drama?
Late 80s.
Early 90s.
Early 90s? Was it 80s or 90s?
Late 80s, early 90s.
Starring Johnny Depp
Yeah.
and Holly Robinson Pete was on it. And
Some other
that's all
people.
I can remember.
Yeah. Johnny Depp's really the only one that matters. So I don't have any familiarity with the original show. I don't know if it was supposed to be funny or if it was funny back when it was on.
Not funny at all.
Not funny. It was serious.
This movie's straight up a comedy.
Oh yeah, you can tell. I mean, well, you just gotta look who's cast in it.
Yeah, and Jonah Hill
I mean,
not only is in it.
That fat boy, anything he's in, it's automatically a comedy. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. I just knew you're a bigger boy, so I said fat boy. I'm sorry. That fat boy.
That would be Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill. He's
Jonah Hill.
He's not only in it, but he helped write it. So it's very much his sense of humor, and the jokes are big. The jokes work. Channing Tatum, is that his name?
I got stabbed.
Yeah, the other guy is surprisingly funny, considering he's just basically eye candy for women. Like,
isn't it like the Step Up dude?
Duke.
Yeah,
Duke. Step Up, Duke from the G.I. Joe movie.
Yeah, he doesn't have a great track record when it comes to acting or being funny, but he does both really well in 21 Jump Street.
Was it just the case of him being in awkward situations that made him funny, since you're not used to seeing him in those situations? Or was he just genuinely funny?
He was genuinely funny.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I've been telling everybody, this is the funniest movie I've seen since The Hangover.
Whoa, that's big statements right there.
Yeah, and it's a hard R.
Wow.
Yeah, which surprised me, because going into it, I didn't realize it was R until I got there and saw the little R, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be funny. There's gonna be a lot of poop jokes.
Oh man.
So there's not a lot of poop jokes. I'm sorry, but it is an R-rated movie.
So what do you think about the mockery of 80s movie or 80s shows or movies? I know it was another recent movie that kind of was a mockery of an older show. But still, it's kind of.
Only I can think of was A-Team, and I didn't think it was that much of a mockery.
I know there's one more. I just can't think of it right now. But
I don't know.
yeah, it's just kind of weird that they would make this a comedy.
Yeah, well, it's almost like they weren't doing it as a remake or as any. It was more, we're making this movie where we're going back to high school. Hey, remember that TV show where they did that? Well, we're doing that too. You know, they reference, you know, the church that was in 21 Jump Street, the show, and it's tongue in cheek. They know what they're doing. They know that the premise is kind of dumb, but they're going with it anyway.
Yeah.
Like there's even a scene in the beginning of the movie where the police chief is all like, the public thinks, doesn't know any better. We can just take old police programs and just recycle them and use them over and over, and people will keep coming and they'll think that they're great. So here you go, you're going to 21 Jump Street. So yeah, and I was the only person in the whole theater laughing at that joke.
Time to get deep, y'all.
Oh yeah. But that's what we're watching. James, what you playing?
All right, I picked up a copy of Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Now, for any of you that don't know what this is, it's a squad-based tactical third-person shooter set in Raccoon City, Resident Evil, set during the events of Resident Evil 2 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I found it worked really good. I've always been a big Resident Evil fan, so I thought it'd be fun. Luckily, I have a clan that I got into on Killzone that a couple of them got it, so I had people to sit down and play to where we actually would communicate and, so I wasn't stuck just playing with the AI that everybody says is atrocious. So I had a really great time playing this. It was a lot of fun. The online's surprisingly good. It's got twists on your standard game modes, but it's actually really good.
So what is supposed to be the thing that separates this game from the rest, other than being between 2 and 3? Is there something different in the gameplay?
Well, it's non-canon. Okay, so it's a what-if story. You can move and shoot.
Oh, wait a minute. What?
Is it still third person?
Yes, it is still third person over the shoulder. You have 6 characters that you can choose from. That's your different classes. You've got your weapons master, explosives, sniper, recon, those sort of things.
So it's like Team Fortress.
Yeah, squad.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a squad-based shooter.
All right.
Yeah. Now here's a really interesting kicker. April 10th is DLC. That's going to be extra chapters for the USS, the Spec Ops team that you see in the trailers. It's going to be free from Capcom. Yeah, free from Capcom. DLC that's from Capcom. That's free. That's not just a color swap. I'm serious.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I'm not hearing good other than what you're saying. I'm not hearing good things about this game. Maybe it's Capcom's way of saying, we know. Here's some more stuff to play with the game we just sold you. We're sorry.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what everybody else was expecting. I know from my standpoint, I didn't have my standards really high, but I've been a Resident Evil fan, and I wanted to play this, and I wanted to try it out. And I've thoroughly enjoyed the hell out of it the whole time.
And wasn't one of the big things about this supposed to be the online play? The big things.
Most of the replay value is straight up geared to the online, because online or offline, you are gathering experience points. Use the experience points to buy abilities for a class to level them up. Use experience points to buy weapons. You have a lot of primary and secondary weapons you can buy, and that's what it's for. I mean, like the sniper class, he has a recon, an ability to where you see all items within a certain vicinity of yourself. So if you're using that class, you can run around and find the ammo or health. You know where it is. So if everybody else is running around trying to find stuff, you're sit there at it and just start tapping people off and laugh at them. Or you have another class that actually has the ability to turn invisible for a little while. You can run up and freaking curb stomp somebody, which one of the ways you have what they call brutal kills is literally you kick somebody down, step on their chest, raise your leg, and curb stomp their head flat, which is fun as hell to watch over and over and over again.
Oh, whenever someone says curb stomp, I think about that scene in American History X, and it makes me cringe every single time I think about it.
Yeah. But now, like I said, I had a bunch of people that had this game that we played. We all used mics, and we actually would do strategy. Like, we actually worked together to get the boss down, not try to hoard points. So, unlike a lot of people, that factors into a positive, because if you've got the people to play a squad-based shooter with, it's much more enjoyable than if you're just hopping into a random room with people that don't use a mic that run around all stupid. It's like you have a lot of times you'll hop into a room and you're playing with other people that are all about themselves on a squad-based shooter instead of doing about the squad. If you do about the squad in these kind of games, you do better. If you're just all on for your own, you're not going to do that good unless you're just an awesomely kick-ass player at that game.
I guess my last question will be real quick. as a fan of the series, do you have to play this game, or is it totally forgettable?
You don't have to play. Well, it's not canon. It's a what if. I mean, it gives you, like, as the USS, the Umbrella Security Service, you go in with Hunk to get the G-Virus sample from Birkin. So if you played 2, this shows you what happened leading up to Birkin injecting himself and what happened directly after Birkin injecting himself with the G-Virus. So you get that sense. The rest of it, like I said, it's not canon. It's a what-if story. Like, you know, people have been wanting to go back to Raccoon City. They've been wanting to just run around and just shoot zombies. And Capcom finally went, all right, sure, we'll try it.
That's exactly what you got, huh?
Well, I mean, that's exactly what it is. It works. It works really good. I mean, you run into a lot of different characters. You run into Nikolai from Resident Evil 3. One of the things you're doing is you're chasing after Leon Kennedy. You know, it's like, well, he's seen all this stuff. We must kill him. That's one of the objectives. That's the reason why it's a what if.
I think that seems kind of cool.
Well, here's the different part about it is there's some stuff that makes sense because you run into U.S. Spec Ops all over the place in this game, which, if you think about it, the Spec Ops would have been in there because, you know, the military have been like, what the hell's going on? Go check this shit out. Shit's hitting the fan, more people go. You know, they would have been in there instead of us not seeing anything. So it made a little bit more sense, and they would actually, you know, work. I mean, you have not only do you have to deal with the AI soldiers, you have the zombies that are running around, then you have the BOWs that pop up because you run into lickers, you run into hunters, and you have the T-103 tyrants, the Mr. X's from Resident Evil 2 pop up in places you have to deal with. So, I mean, you might be dealing with all those at once, especially with the online, depending on the mode that you're playing and how well everybody's doing as far as killing the zombies. Like, the more everybody's killing zombies, the tougher enemies will pop in. And I've been in a room, and there was like 6 hunters, a bunch of zombies, and a Mr. X running around, running amok against all 8 of us. You know, and we're trying to kill each other and get stuff, but we got all this stuff. It was just nuts.
Well.
Like, if you want to do a run-around zombie apocalypse game, here you go. Which, you know, of course, you haven't done them before, like, you know, Left 4 Dead and stuff, but...
Cool beans.
Well, actually, that does it. That's the end of the 121st episode of the Tech Edition podcast.
It didn't take that long either. I think it was under the hour.
That went well.
Oh yeah, enjoy myself.
Make sure everybody gets their handsome face on camera one more time. Hey.
Well, my handsome face has been on camera a lot more than you guys. Unfortunately, it's been on camera with pink hair.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. But let's see. Visit the site, techpedition.com. Send us fan mail. That's fans@techpedition.com. Follow us on Twitter, at techpedition.com, or at techpedition. You can find us on Facebook by searching techpedition in the search field. And you can circle us on Google Plus by, I'm assuming, doing the same thing.
Send us questions. Give us feedback. What do you want to see us do? What do you want to see us try to get our hands on review? What do you want us to talk about? What do you want to see for this site to be better for you?
And listen to our other podcasts.
Yes.
Reality Breached and Pause Break. And watch our videos on YouTube. Because that's the thing. We have videos there. And we have that cool intro. Did you do that, Clarence?
Yeah, I put my hands to a little After Effects.
I'm officially going to say that I think it's pretty ballin'.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm going to download it and start using it.
All right. Well, until next week, fellas. Enjoy. Have a tech-peditious week.
Very, very quick.
Go south.
Very, very quick.
Go south.
I can't beat that. I just smells burnt and dusty.